come and gone. 1963 have come and I don't know how Africa or Nigeria people are thinking. How can somebody want to go back to 1960? When Western world want to start to go to 30 years to come, where I am living now, when we are planning government here, we are planning 30 years. We have 30 years program. As I'm talking to you now, we have 30 years program. We have 30 years 30 good years to come. We are already planning. How can somebody be making reference to 1963? Because, do you know why? Because they lack critical thinking. You see, why some countries are very progressive is because they amend their laws every year. Every year they change something, they add something according to how the economy, according to how the world, the global village is changing, according to how. So you change, you amend. You don't just come and say, I did it in 1960. It worked. So let us go back to 1960. What kind of nonsense is that? That is nonsense. And because in that 1963, there were no Fulani killing everybody in Biafra land. In that 1963, when as they are talking about, there were nobody being butchered and cut off their head in Yoruba land. In this same 1963 that this man is referring to, in Agato, nobody was killed. As I'm talking to you today, they raised over 250 houses in Plateau State. In 1963, it didn't happen. So people should stop dreaming. You see, what is bringing this kind of talk is too much dream. You know, some people have lose hope in their life. They have struggled and struggled. And you know Nigeria. Nigeria, the more you struggle, the harder it becomes. So they have struggled and struggled and struggled, and all they can do now is to go to their bed every night and dream. The dream of how Nigeria was flying in the air. The dream of how elephant went to Aso Rock and killed Buhari. The dream of how all the presidency, they drank a sniper and all of them died. And then they will wake up and follow you to prayer. Stop dreaming. 1963 is not 2021. A lot have changed. And let me tell you, in case you do not know what have changed between 1963 and 2021, I am telling you now, in 1963, there were no Boko Haram in Nigeria. And nobody knew in 1963 that there will be something you call Boko Haram. In fact, in 1963, Nigeria did not see terrorists coming to Nigeria. But today, you have terrorists. So, if terrorists were there in 1963, you wouldn't have that thing you are referring to now. You would not have the structure you have in 1963 that you are making reference to. In 1963, you do not have Ansar. You do not have Al-Qaeda. You do not have bandits kidnapping and abducting people from school. You don't have it. Because if you do have it, you may not have that structure you had in 1963. So before you come back, or before you come to, instead of making progressive, you are retrograding. Retrogressive. People are making, we, the Biafra people, we want to go forward. We want to do things we have not done before. Not what we have done in 1960. Who does that? ISWAP was not there. ISWAP was not there. Fulani had not been killing people in 1960. Fulani was not killing people in 1960. So how can you come back now and tell us that, in 1960, the Nigeria was this, the economy was booming, the Igbo people was doing this, Yoruba was doing that, Hausa was have their pyramid. So let us go back to 1960 so that the pyramid of Hausa people will come back. It can never come back. During 1963, you do not have the oil you have now. You know, that time people did not know that oil is money. So they abandoned agriculture, they abandoned the granite, the pyramid, and they abandoned everything. So you are telling them now, let them go back to go to the granite farming. It is not possible. The only way it will be possible is to divide Nigeria. Because by dividing Nigeria, that northern Nigeria will now begin to discover their potential. If their potential were in that granite pyramid, they are going to go back there. You see, if their potential is in granite, they're going to go back to granite. And they will start exporting it. That is the only way. But for now, with this Nigeria as a country, no tribe will ever, attain their potential. No tribe, not Biafra, not Oduduwa, not Fulani, and also, although Fulani is not even a tribe in Nigeria. So let us not give them that accolade. They are not tribe in Nigeria. Fulani is never a tribe in Nigeria. You know. So now, when you come and say this kind of thing, it boils my stomach. So if you know this man, tell him that why I am playing this video is for people like him to change the narrative, because he knows what he said here means that he knows the truth. So even if this thing he's saying now is something that he knows, let him not say it out, because he is confusing people who may not understand him. He is confusing people. So he should just say that thing he said in the beginning and just leave this kind of thing, because he's contradicting himself. He made a lot of sense at the same time contradicting himself. So he needs somebody to open his brain to now explain what he means and what he's trying to say. How can he be saying all these things and then want to go back to 1963? We are telling him, because he's not the only one saying this 1963. All these politicians you see today, flying that they are the decision makers, all of them want to go back to 1963. But what they don't understand is that 1963, you can't go back to 1963. 1963 has come and gone. You can't go back there. Have you ever come across any place in the world, especially in Western world or America, where America will be telling you, oh, in 1940 something, we had this law, we abolish it. We abolish it. We have to come back to it again. I am asking you, you can never see that. Go to America history, where you have so many laws that have been removed and amended. You can never come across a law where America say, okay, in 1945, we have this law, let us go back there and invoke the law again. It doesn't work like that. It is progress, except if the situation requires. If the situation requires that if they go back to that 1945 law, it will now bring progress to America. And they will do it, because America is always innovative. They are researching and whatever is good for their country. So, but this, what we are saying now is that without even research, every person know that 1963 have come and gone. So can these people, if you know this man and the people that think like him, can they now look forward and focus? Can these people focus and stop distracting us and stop, drawing us backward? Because when they give the opportunity to air their view like this, after making sense, they will begin to talk like people that Fulani are somewhere removed. How can he want to go back to 1963? With all the things I have just said now, the terrorists there, the killing there, the Fulani herdsmen there, how can he prevent them from coming? How can he prevent them? With 1963 structure, it is not possible. It is not possible. If there were no Fulani motive of Fulanization of Nigeria, we will say, okay, let us try it. But as I'm talking to you now, that structure of 1963 is not feasible. And I don't know where they are bringing this brain from.
Now, East region. The other day I was in Ibadan. My God, I was marveling. When I looked at the edifice of Cocoa building, I was looking at it. I said, God, I said, Did somebody build this thing in 1960 something? Look at that structure. Some countries don't have that structure. I'm telling you. I moved from there. I went to NTA Ibadan. The first, my brother, believe you me or not, Nigeria had television station before France.
No, you don't say Nigeria. You don't say Nigeria. It is not Nigeria. You say the Western Nigeria. Call it. Let us even, if you want Nigeria to come, in between this, you say the Western Nigeria. The Western Nigeria, the Western region. It is not Nigeria. Nigeria did not have television before France. It was Yorubas that had television before France. You don't ascribe it to Nigeria. You don't give Nigeria the accolade because Nigeria did not make it happen. So it was the Yorubas that have television. Don't twist history. Don't twist history. That time, they did not recognize Nigeria as such because Yoruba have their own embassy. The Oduduwa Yoruba have their own embassy. So it is not Nigeria. Yoruba was a complete autonomous region. So you cannot come and say India have a television. It is wrong. It's a very wrong narrative. Let us put it straight. Nigeria came to celebrate Yoruba television house. It was not Nigeria. Even that time, Yoruba have their own money. Oduduwa have their own currency. They have embassy. They have a consulate embassy in the United Kingdom. They have their own passport. So you cannot come and say Nigeria. It's not Nigeria. Let us not twist the history. It is Western Nigeria. Western Nigeria. So you don't say it's Nigeria. Nigeria did not make it happen. You see?
Nigeria, that is because there was regionalism. The East, they were doing their own thing. The North, there was competition everywhere, healthy competition. You have the free education in the West. The East, the North, you have the granite pyramid. You have the hides and skin in the North. There was competition. Nobody was relying on oil and say, okay, oil must be the main revenue. Everybody was generating their revenue, then paying to the center and developing their regions or their state at their own pace. So we need to go back. There's nobody that will lose if we go back to the drawing board and see that I believe in one Nigeria. Believe you me, till tomorrow. I believe in one Nigeria.
Now I need to bring this one. This is where I want to come in. This is where I want to come in. After they will speak like human being, after they speak like human being, they will begin to speak like Fulani. Now I want you to listen to it. This is where I have a problem with this man here.
When there's equity, fairness, and justice, when there's nobody that will lose if we go back to the drawing board and see that I believe in one Nigeria. Believe you me, till tomorrow, I believe in one Nigeria. When there's equity, fairness, and justice, when nobody believes that is superior to the other, when nobody wants to take over another person's property or inheritance by force, that is the Nigeria I'm looking at. I don't know about the Nigeria Buhari is looking at.
Okay, you don't know about the Nigeria Buhari is looking at, but let me tell you, it is not only Buhari that is looking at that Nigeria you are talking about. It is not only the person in Nazareth called Buhari is looking at that Nigeria you are talking about. The entire Fulani in Nigeria and those who call Hausa Fulani in Nigeria, they are looking at that Nigeria that Buhari you think about is looking at. The entire people at the National Assembly, those people you say they will never allow something to happen, they are looking at that Nigeria that Buhari you refer to is looking at. So my brother, now the question to this man, of course I know that he's not, I know he didn't mean it. Don't mind him, oh. Don't mind him. You know how he has punctured them now. He has punctured them, give them uppercut and all that in his analysis. And then he come here now. he want to bail himself. So don't mind him. We know them. He don't believe in one Nigeria. Forget all this things. He don't believe in one Nigeria. But because he want to use this one to bail himself so that if they come for him tomorrow, he will tell them that he is one Nigeria. Did you not hear me? We know them. But my point is that he can still make this his point without coming back to do what he's doing now. You understand? Because what he's doing now, for people who don't understand him, these are the people that will be giving and misleading people, giving people some fake hope in Nigeria. You understand? So somebody who listens to him, somebody who believes in him, if we say, this my boy is talking about one Nigeria. Okay, now maybe this Nigeria will be good though. So he don't mislead that person with that. You understand? So, but somebody like me, I understand him very well. I know that he didn't mean it. And I know that from the way he has talked, I know he don't mean it. I know it's just a way to, he's a lawyer now. He's a lawyer. If he don't do this, then it means that he don't defend himself. So he's a lawyer. He has to also put mechanism for self-defense. So he is saying this, don't mind him. Don't mind him. He is not one Nigeria. He don't mean it. Because there is no way he can discuss all these things he discussed here. There is no way he can have the sense and the brain to discuss these things he discussed here now and still turn back to say he believes in one Nigeria. It's a lie. You only want to deceive the man. But me, somebody like me, I understand. But there are people who will not understand him. So don't listen to him. He's not serious.
I don't know about the Nigeria that Malami is looking at. I'm looking at. I don't support any separation. People to separate from the country because we can prosper more being together. There's no land that is poor in Nigeria. Even Sokoto is richer than Israel. Tell me, what mineral resources does Israel have? What kind of soil does Israel have? Sokoto, or which state is the poorest in this country?
Which is true. Which is true, and because that is the point. Which is true. And the only reason, the only way Sokoto will understand this potential in them is by separation. So I want to listen. I would like this man to tell me how he want to make that Nigeria to, because when we are talking about Nigeria, we are talking about human beings. We are talking about human beings. We are talking about the character of the people in Nigeria. You understand? And you can't change the character. So the Nigeria itself is a reflection of the character of the Nigeria people. Now, who are this character we are talking about? We are talking about the character of the presidency. We are talking about character of Malami. Like he is mentioning it now. These people, they don't know the Nigeria. So these are the character that reflect in Nigeria. So how are you going to now change this character of Kano people to understand, or Sokoto people to understand that they have natural resources more than Israel? But you know what? Once you divide Nigeria, you don't need to remind them. They are going to take. In fact, once Nigeria is divided, they will be carrying the investors. Look here, we have this amount of mineral deposit here. Look there, we have that amount. They will be doing that themselves. You don't need to remind them. And you see that granite, they will go back to that granite pyramid because they will begin to discover their potential and what they are missing and what they have been missing for all this while. But with this situation of Nigeria, they can never do that. So I want this man to tell us how he intends to achieve this Nigeria dream, of this Nigeria of his dream. It is good sometimes. We have been challenging them. For example, somebody like him, I can take him on discussion, because not debate. Let him come and tell us how he think, he can, if, let's say, okay, now, let's give him president of Nigeria. Let him come to say how he intends to implement these things that will bring the Nigeria of his dream. Do you know what it is going to tell you? Do you know what it is going to tell you? It's going to tell you, I will do this, I will do that, but then the National Assembly, when you vote now, they are going to be against it. Now, but what he will not tell you is how will he now convince that National Assembly to vote according to what favors and the progressive of Nigeria. That is what nobody will tell. Nobody will tell you that because it is not possible. How can he now convince the Northerners that they should vote on something that will make Nigeria to progress? He cannot do it. He cannot do it. But he have Nigeria of his dream. He have Nigeria of his dream, and that is exactly the problem. I do not know those calling me all the time.
That state is richer than most countries in Europe. So we need the government needs to come because there's enough for everybody. They need to come clean and go back to the drawing board. Let us sit down and talk. It's better to judge than to war. We need to sit down and talk and be one great Nigeria. Those who are talking about Biafra and this, it's out of annoyance because the Yoruba man will gain more in the one Nigeria. The Igbo man will gain more in the one Nigeria. The Fulani man will gain more in the one Nigeria.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
I have lived.
It's a lie. I am challenging this man. I am hereby challenging this man. If you know Barrister Malcolm, I am challenging him to come and tell us how Yorubas, how Igbos, how Arewas will benefit more in one Nigeria. How will that magic happen? Let him come and tell us so that I challenge him. So if you are watching me today, you know this man. Tell him that Simon Ekpa has called him out, that we want to invite him and let him come and tell us how he intends to do these things if the opportunity is given to him. You know, because you know one thing is that, of course, anybody that is really genuine will come. But those who are lying, because what he's doing now is to protect himself. Those who are lying, he know that what he's saying now is a lie. But he just have to say it to close the chapter of what he has done in this interview. So anybody that is really genuine and really know that what he's saying, when you challenge him, they will come out. Because they already have something. Somebody like me, challenge me anywhere how Biafra will be and why Nigeria will not work. Challenge me, and even if I am sleeping, wake me up and invite me. My brother, I will be there. I will be there because I will be there to tell you what Biafra will do differently from Nigeria. You know, to work. I will tell you why Nigeria cannot work again. I will give you 1 million reasons why Nigeria cannot work again. So anybody, and that's because I am genuinely fighting for Biafra. So anybody that is genuinely fighting for one Nigeria should be able to do the same thing. Anytime you challenge them, they should be able to come. If anybody challenge me today, I will be there. So now I'm challenging this man. He cannot come and he will not accept this because he know defending Nigeria will make you look like a mumu. In fact, if any day you come to defend Nigeria, after talking, you lose customer. As a lawyer, if he's still practicing, after talking, he is going to lose customer. Believe me, because no matter how brilliant you are, Nigeria is something you cannot defend. Any day you try it, you lose customer because people will think that this is who you are. But actually, that is not who you are. You understand? That is not who you are because defending Nigeria will make you look very stupid. Where are you going to start? How do you want to do it? So we want him, if he is really supporting Nigeria, I really mean what he said because I am personally believing he didn't mean it. So, but if he say, because he cannot be talking from both sides of his mouth. But if he say he mean it, I am challenging him today for a show and a debate on Nigeria. But let us watch him to the end.
Side by side with Fulanis before. They are wonderful people. Not the ones that are infiltrating now. They are wonderful people. You have met them in bushes. They give you Fura the Nuno. You don't even understand them. They don't understand you. You just
okay. This man don't finally scatter table. he said if you meet Fulani in the bush, they give you Fura the Nuno. Oh my God. Hi. What is it? This man say the reason why he love Fulani, the reason why he love Fulani is that if you meet them in the forest, they give you Fura the Nuno. Let me play it again. Let me know whether what I heard is really correct. This man don't finally scatter table. Oh my God. I can't believe I just heard this thing now. What?
The one Nigeria. The Igbo man will gain more in the one Nigeria. The Fulani man will gain more in the one Nigeria. I have lived side by side with Fulanis before. They are wonderful people. Not the ones that are infiltrating now. They are wonderful people. You have met them in bushes. They give you Fura the Nuno. You don't even understand them. They don't understand you.
So hey, Agogo. So the Fura the Nuno is fine. So now we know where the problem is coming from. So this, you see, Fulani don't do something for nothing. So if you wonder why this man all of a sudden, after talking, and it was making sense. So it was making sense. So all of a sudden, because you know when Fulani are there for them be now. When Fulani give you something, it is piling somewhere in your brain. It is piling somewhere. So as the man was dealing with Fulani and Buhari and all of them, you know, the Fura the Nuno came and said, why are you talking all this back? and turn the brain upside down. All of a sudden, somebody who was telling you how this government how Buhari should be in prison, how Malawi should be in prison, how they have made Sunday Igbo, how 20 Sunday Igbo is coming out, how, you know, all of a sudden, you're going to tell you how he loved Nigeria. So, you know where you see, they are giving you free Fura the Nuno. It's not free. It is not free. My people, it is not free. What you are listening to now is as a result of free Fura the Nuno. Fura the Nuno, he drank many years ago. Is working now. You see? And he remember it. He remember it because it is not ordinary Fura the what? Nuno. They know that a day like this is coming. When this man will be talking about Nigeria thing and he will remember Fura the Nuno and he will tell you, Fulani, they are wonderful people. So, you don't understand. You will not understand. Juju work in different way. Juju may not even have power. But let me tell you, this particular Nuno the Fura is working. Because this man now, because of Nuno the Fura they gave to him, he now, branded them as very good people. That he live side by side with Fulani. And Fulani are very good people. And not this one infiltrating them now. And this man don't know modus operandi of Fulani. He don't know. Because if he know, he will not say this. And our own is that we will not make assertion. We will not just say something without backing it up with evidence. You understand? We will not say something without backing it up. Now, when I say this man don't know the modus operandi of Fulanis, this is what I mean. He said those who live with them, give them Fura the Nuno. That is how Fulani do. What they do is that they will first of all come to your place. They will first of all come to your place, and they will begin. And when they are coming, they are not coming that they are going to attack you after 5 years. No. But of course, now they will attack you within 5 years. But during that time, they have 30 years, 50 years plan. So it was not like they come now and they start attacking you. No, they have 50 years, 30 years plan. They want to have their people in position of power before they begin to show who they are. So what they did was that to come, and when they come, they are giving you Fura di Nunu and all that, and they are waiting until 2021. Now, are those people still giving you Fura di Nunu? My question.
Need to go back and listen to again. Then after listening to it again and again, you will be able to tell yourself or ask yourself, all these things, where and which part am I playing? Those that want to go back to the beginning of Nigeria. Nigeria has gone back already. Others are going forward. Nigeria is going back. Tinubu started, the first thing he did was to go back to the national anthem and the things that followed the national anthem. And ask yourself, after going back, what impact have their back, going back to years, even before they gave birth to so many years, so many of us? What impact has that thing brought? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And today, so many people are still going back. And do you know the ugly part? They are not going back on anything good. They will always go back whole as a whole. They go back to where they massacre their people. They go back to where they don't have mouth to say anything. Where the fella say policeman go wipe your ass, you no go talk. I'm a man who go slap you, you no go say anything. Collect your money, you no go say anything. Did we not see all the things that have been happening? Have we not seen it? Are we not seeing it? Anyway, let me call upon Mazi Chic Survivor. Mazi Chic, if you are there, take on from there. If you can hear me, are you there, Mazi? Mazi Chic Survivor, are you there? I hope I'm coming out. Mazi Chics, I hope I am coming out. Anyway. I hope I'm coming out. Am I coming out? I hope I'm coming out. Mazi Chic Survival, are you there? What is going on now? Okay. Well, before Shooks comes back, I don't know what is happening to him. I don't know, maybe he's having some network challenges or some technical errors. But from what our Prime Minister said, if you listen to this, how he analyzed this man, everybody, there are a lot of people that have so many things they want to say. A lot of people have so many things they want to say, but they are not going to say it. They will not come out to tell you anything. Why? Because if you come out after saying whatever you want to say, you will come back to face the consequences, because Nigeria is a place where you don't have a law. Like our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa said, Nigeria is going back. Finland, where he lives, have already planned 30 years. 30 years. Have already have plans for 30 years ahead. And the Nigeria is here, going back to such pyramid of granite, or where they will get to whatever, I don't even know. So today, okay, Mazi Shooks, I think the best thing is you go out and come back again. If you can hear me, just go out and come back, and then you request for the mic, because you are the person that will give this talk today, not me. So I'll wait for you as you go out and come back again. I believe you can hear me, Mazi Shooks. If you can hear me at all, just log out and then log in back again. So if you listen to what our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa said in the video we just listened to, or message we listened to, it's a message. It's a message. You will find out that everybody in Nigeria today are scared of coming out to tell you the truth. You see, when he said that the lawyer have finished everything, yet he come back to put a small comma so that when you come to catch him tomorrow, he will have something left to defend himself. Now I'm asking you, if you listen to Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, he made also clear that these Funanis, I remember when I was a kid, the Funanis used to come, they present themselves like they were always like good people, very good people, and they used to be very nice to everybody, kind. Matthews, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you. Just give me a second now. You will take over the mic. So they used to be kind people, very good, until their plans got fulfilled. Then when you see the very small radio that is just like a finger, they are listening. We don't know that they have. And what the language they listen to in that radio, you will not understand. Only them, the Funanis, understand. And we call them nice people. They will come into your communities, come into your village, learn your language, learn your food, everything. That is why today it is difficult for you to distinguish who is this Funani, who is Igbo man, who is Yoruba man. You don't know, because they have mixed themselves so much. They come, they marry your children, but ask yourself, how many of you got married to Funani children? That's their women. How many people got married to Funani women? No. But they got married to, because when you get married to Funani women, you will reproduce your identity. But when they marry your women, they will reproduce their own identity. So to stop you from coming to their a circle, they don't want you to marry their women. Rather, they will marry your own women, and they reproduce Funani. That is why today you have Funani flavors that will tell you that they are the best people. They are bringing mosque. They are bringing this one. Well, my brother Sheikh Survivor, you have the mic. Take over from here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my brother 247. I appreciate you. I appreciate all those who have joined us today and those who are watching anonymously. We have come once again to fulfill our promise that we have made, sustaining Prime Minister Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku role in Biafra freedom. His release is being hosted by PUC, as you all know, Prime Minister unshakable circle. So we have been doing this for a long time, and we will continue to do that until Mazi Simon Ekpa joins us very soon, which we are very sure that he will join us. And part of what we are doing, we are supposed to do is what you just heard, Mazi Simon Ekpa revising most of the messages he preached. And that message you saw is one of the reasons the Nigerian government don't want him out. This is why they're after him. Mazi Simon Ekpa understands his do very well, more than those every other person does. He understands it very well. Not just many people understand it as well, but many do not have the confidence to speak about it. Many people understand the zoo, and many of them know that it will not work, but they don't have the balls to speak the way we speak in this Biafra struggle, the way our supreme leader and Mazi Simon Ekpa speaks. Just like the man Mazi Simon Ekpa was using for an example in that very message he was preaching, the man he was analyzing his message. You can see from the beginning, the man pointed out everything wrong with Nigeria. And from all the things the man pointed out, it is very clear that Nigeria will not work. But at the end of the day, he went back and said, oh, we were one Nigeria, we'll be together and we'll do this, and they gave you full and no. This is kind of thing people we see in Nigeria. That's the difference between us and them. All these people that call themselves human rights activists, politicians, and whatever. They know that Nigeria will not work. You can imagine somebody like what do they call him? Amechi that was caught on camera where he said Nigeria will never ever work. Amechi, former Minister of Transport, was caught on camera when he was saying Nigeria will never work. There's nothing you can do for Nigeria to work. That until the citizens rise up and conduct a serious revolution, it will never work. That same man still came out and is contesting for president. And today he's going as, I think, as vice president again, is contesting. You can imagine when somebody who is contesting for the highest post in the country tells you that that country will not work, just from 2 years ago. And here he is contesting. What is he going to do? Is he going to put it right? Of course, he's not going to put it right. He's only going to follow the status quo to make sure that that very madness continues. And that is what we are fighting. That is what Martin Nandi cannot fought. That is what Mazi Simon Ekpa is fighting. That is why Mazi Simon Ekpa today is in Finland. That is why they blackmail Mazi Simon Ekpa. Because of this kind of mistake, that's why they blackmailed him. They lied against him. And today, you can see what is transpiring. We thank God that finally, at least we have another opportunity to make things right. And we are using this opportunity to call on Finland authorities also. The Finnish government have the chance to right their wrong. They have the chance now to right their wrong. Life is not just about economic interests. Their reputation matters, and their reputation is not lying. Finland is a country that many people respect as a country that respects human rights. Finland is a country that many people have spoken good about. Even our Prime Minister, spoke so much good about Finland. At a point in time, in most of his broadcasts, he was using the Finnish flag. You will see him holding up the Finnish flag. You can imagine how trust he had in Finland to the extent to say that he will bring Finland to Biafra land. That he will bring their system to Biafra land. That's how far he trusted the system. And today, we are trying to see a different thing. But an opportunity has come for Finland to redeem themselves. Anything that goes through with Nigeria, anything that works together with Nigeria will be disgraced. It doesn't matter how powerful your country is, including the United States or UK. Anytime they begin to dine and wine with Nigeria, their reputation will destroy completely. Any country in this planet Earth, it doesn't matter how successful you are. Once you begin to work with Nigeria, your disgrace is already waiting for you. Your disgrace will be there waiting for you. At least some of us have seen since Donald Trump began to issue some unnecessary statements about Nigeria. You can see how he is shaking. You can see how things are falling apart. Nigeria is not a country to associate with. Everything about it is wrong. And we are not saying this out of hatred. We are not saying it out of wickedness. We are not saying it because of pride. We are not saying it because we hate the economy. We don't say it because we have the economy or we are too white. No, it is a fact. It is a fact. From the beginning, the country was not structured to succeed. And the people that call themselves political elite know this. The people you call your forefathers, they know the founding fathers or whatever, they know this. that Nigeria was not structured to succeed. That is why Awolowo said Nigeria is just a geographical expression. And Ahmadu Bello told Dr. Nnamdi to his face that we are not the same and we cannot be the same. Dr. Nnamdi himself said that Nigeria has to disintegrate. If they refuse to do so, that when it will happen in such a way that life might not survive in Nigeria. And today you still see some politicians coming to speak grammar and tell you one Nigeria. You did it. After more than 60 years, you are still talking about a unity. After more than 60 years, Nigeria has not achieved nationhood. They have not achieved unity. And this is what our Prime Minister saw, and he's speaking. This is what Mazen Nnamdi saw, and he's speaking. And yet, they hold him back because of this simple thing. And they blackmailed him. The reason he was blackmailed, one of the major reasons was the issue of sit-at-home. Sit-at-home that was meant as a protest by the Biafrans. Biafrans chose the protest and they were protesting. Nigerian government decided to turn it around. They blackmailed it. They made it look chaotic. They created so many false flags just to demonize it. And these were things they presented to Finland without any proper verification. And Finland handed our Prime Minister 68. At the same time, refused to look at the evidence provided by our Prime Minister. Numerous evidence are present. None was looked at. For no reason. They didn't give any reason. They didn't just look at it. And then how can anybody on this planet Earth call that fair trial? One of the ways to get a fair trial is to make sure that every evidence presented is scrutinized, completely looked at, no matter how little it is. Every evidence provided by the defense team and by the prosecuting counsel, every evidence must be looked at. It wasn't done in the case of Manchester. So how can you tell me that there was fair trial? How can you tell me that there is the rule of law? We have been pointing this out so many times, and many international bodies have looked at it also. Many professional lawyers also looked at it and said it is not right. And Finland should know that their reputation is on the line. They have one last chance to make the correction. The arrangement is going to start. From the 5th until 21st, they have one more chance to redeem their reputation that have been trampled on the floor by the Nigerian government. A country that even Finland does not respect their international passport. Finland does not respect any documents presented from Nigeria. No country in this world respects documents from Nigeria. They will scrutinize it again and again and again. It will pass through fire. But in the case of Manchester, an evidence was provided. Unverified evidence, rumors, suggestions and opinion. And the Finland government worked on it and decided to take away their own citizens who have served them for decades on different areas without any dent on him. But you took an information given to you by a terrorist government. How can you justify that? How can you justify that? Well, they have opportunity to make things right. And I pray by the special grace of Chukwu, they will use this opportunity and use it wisely to correct the mistake they have made. We know nobody's above mistake when it has to do with interest. And we know people make mistake in interest and other, but their reputation on the line. And this is no longer a case between just Finland and Nigeria. The international communities are watching. All the international organizations are watching their body. And after the case, they are going to rate Finland. They are going to give them their rating. It's left for them. It's left for them if they want to redeem themselves or they want to deepen themselves more into destruction that Nigeria has led them into. But I believe they will do the right thing this time around. Let's be hopeful while we do our own part. We're calling the attention to pay attention to every single thing. And at this time, look at every single evidence that is going to be provided by Master Samuel. Master Samuel was fighting for the Biafrans, not his own fight. And you can confirm that with the number of Biafrans that are in Finland today, that are going to protest tomorrow. Biafrans are already in Finland, ready to protest tomorrow. And more people are going to arrive. And many of them are going to be there in court to witness what is going to happen. He wasn't fighting for himself. He's not a terrorist. He's never been. He will have never been involved in crime. All he was doing was to defend his people. And even as we speak, up till now, Nigeria is still carrying out genocide in Biafra land. The Fulani terrorists are still taking innocent life. Nothing has changed. It has become worse. The moving masses have given them that free hand to do whatever they like and turn Biafra land into an insecure area today. Finland should be asking themselves, since they returned Mazista Monepa, has things changed? Has there been security in Biafra land? Calculate how many people have died since the decision of Mazista Monepa? How many people, how many lives have been lost? I pray that they do the right thing while they still have the time, because we cannot continue to complain and continue to talk all the time. They have the opportunity to redeem themselves, and we pray that they do the right thing while they still have the time. Thank you so much, my brother. 247, take the mic. You're there.
And there will. Okay. Thank you so much, my brother Mazishus. Thank you for that your wonderful message again. Like you heard Mazishus, you heard our Prime Minister. Prime Minister sold Finland to the world. But everything have reasons. Everything have reasons. We are not looking back at yesterday's. We are looking forward at what tomorrow will bring. Like that video is a good one. The video our Prime Minister made, we'll listen to it. If you missed it, go back and listen from beginning again. You will hear our Prime Minister analyze that video. Going back is not what we need at this moment. All we need now is to forge ahead on what is to come, what we are going to get, the result we are going to get from this court appeal of our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. So, and as for me, I am looking forward for positive results and answers. Positive results that will make everybody smile. Positive result that will bring back our Prime Minister to us. Yes, that will make him free, a free man again. Whether you like it or not, like I said yesterday, so many people are already in Finland and so many will be going and so many are going. I don't know why you are going to Finland. I don't know why you have gone to Finland, but whatever took you there, let it be that you are there for Simon Ekpa. Because anybody that goes in contrary will be exposed. You may be asking how God of Biafra will expose this person, whoever you are. Me Shineke Okike Abiyama gozie okwu. Mazi Shooks, I think we come to the end of today's program. I don't know if you want to say anything before we bring down the program.
There's nothing more to say. We have just said it all. The only thing that those of us who were able to make it in Finland should conduct themselves. They should conduct themselves appropriately and do whatever they have to do. That's all. I pray that you will guide them there and bring them back home safely. Thank you, my brother.
There was so much Biafrans and the well-wisher. So we bring the program to an end. Now let's look forward and believe and hope. Hopefully, by the end of this week, before the end of this week, by 2 days, 3 days, we'll hear a good result that will put smiles on our face. Until then, bye for now.